Hello friends. Today we will discuss about the working of Turing machine and Turing machine is designed first of all by the Alan Turing. So let's start with the model diagram. Then we will discuss the tuples that can be used to describe a Turing machine. So simply as the DFA, or you can say for the finite automata or the PDA, we can also describe a Turing machine by the model diagram as well as the tuples. So similarly, similar to the DFA, Turing machine consists of seven tuples like Q, sigma, tau, delta, Q naught, B, and F. So there are some symbols that are different from the finite automata. You can see here very easily that in this case, this tau is different, this tau is new, and this B is new. And rest of the symbols are same as the DFA. So because DFA consists of five tuples, while Turing machine consists of seven tuples, right? So why we use these two symbols? So these two additional symbols are responsible for the tape. So how these symbols are work on this tape, we can discuss here. So first of all, it consists of a infinite tape, say this one, and the head. The the property of head is the head can read and write in case of the Turing machine. But before the Turing machine, head is not able to write on tape. Head can read only the input string from the tape, while in case of Turing machine, it can be used to read the symbols as well as to write the symbols on the head. So that's why in case of Turing machine, head can work as a read and write, first of all. Second thing is, suppose your string and suppose your string is suppose 110. So it means that in case of Turing machine, we will assume that after 110, the symbol blank is there. It indicates that your string now ends, right? So you can perform the operation after reading the blanks as per your decision. So first of all, we will start the description of the mathematical tuples like Q. Q is the simple finite set of state, and sigma is the finite set of input symbol or input alphabet. You can see here, and tau is the simple tape symbol, and sigma is also belongs to tau, means sigma is the subset of tau because the tau belongs to all the tape symbols, right? So the transition function, how this transition function work in case of the Turing machine, so it can be work as q into tau, that after that q into tau, and the special thing is here you have to mention the direction also. But before the previous model, we don't require this direction because we will assume in case of previous machine that head can move only the right direction. So there is no concept to move the left direction. But in case of the Turing machine, as we know, head can move left as well as right. So we have to specify the direction also on each transition. It is important point here. So you have to learn, means you can understand the whole working of the Turing machine by using this transition function. And Q0 is what? Q0 is the simple initial state as the previous model. And this new thing is B. B is the blank symbol, and some author also use the blank symbol as the hash sign by using the triangle sign or by using the hexagon sign, whatever. So this generally we will use blank sign, and blank also belongs to tau because tau is responsible to all the symbols on the tape. So F, finally the F is the final state of the machine. So these are the basic mathematical tuples that are used to represent the Turing machines. So the model of Turing machine can be represented by this diagram very clearly also. In this diagram, we can see here, this is the suppose your input string like AB, AAB, and this is input string is placed on the input tape, and head is used to read the uh, symbol at a time, one symbol at a time, and Q0 is the initial state. And after reading the symbol, machine is directed to move left or right button. So how the machine will work? Simply, so we can see here in simple manner. This is the head. The job of head can be explained. The head at each time step read the symbol from the tape, write the symbol on the tape, and after that it decides the direction of the head. That head should move on left direction or head should move on the right direction. Suppose, for example, in case of this time 0, suppose the string is A, B, A, C, and now head position is on A. So after now you want to read A symbol and just converted it into K and move to the left. So how can we represent this and how can we implement this and what will be the situation on time 1? You can see easily. So now head will read the symbol A from time 0, and after this you want to write K. So here in place of A, just we are writing here this K. And now you instruct to the machine that machine should move to the left direction. It means that now the head is moved to the left direction. So after moving to the left, it should read to B symbol. So now in this case, machine will read B symbol. So this is the simple example by which you can understand the working of Turing machine. Now another example you can see here. Suppose this is time 1. In this time head is on B position. Now you are reading B from the tape and now you want to write F in place of B and you instruct to the head to move to the right direction. So how it possible? So it will be possible like this. B is converted to F. You can see here B is converted to F and now you move to the right direction. So if this is the K will be the next symbol that head will read on the right direction. So previous example was to that show the movement of head in the left direction, while this example shows the movement of head in right direction. So this is all about the direction of head in Turing machine. So it is clear with this example that you have to mention the direction of the head in each and every steps. So how it is possible, how it is possible to write the transition diagram for the Turing machine. So on the same way as the finite automata, we can also represent the machine, or you can say Turing machine, in the form of transition system or transition diagram. So simply, suppose now you want to, so you are in Q1 state, now you are reading the symbol A, and now you want to replace A with B, and the direction of head is suppose left, and now you are moving to new state, that is Q2. So how can we represent this thing? Suppose you are in Q1, that is Q1, you can represent here, you are in Q1, this A is read by the head and A is now converted into B, means A is converted into B and direction of head is left, means now head will read the left symbol, head will move to the left direction, and the final name of the state will be the Q. And suppose another thing, suppose you want to write in the same way, only the difference in this direction, in place of L, suppose you want to write R. So what will happen? In this case, after reading A symbol from the tape, A is cancelled out and converted into B. And now the direction of head will be the right. So this is the basic difference between these two transition diagrams. Here we are using, first one we are using left direction, and second one shows the move the direction of head in right. So these are two diagrams that shows the transition diagram. On the same way, suppose we are representing this diagram by using the machine on the tape. So how this can be explained? In this case, Q1 is your current state, right? Q1 is the current state, and now head is reading A symbol from the tape. So now suppose this situation is here. Okay, you are in state Q1, reading symbol A, Now you want to replace this A by B. So simply this A will be converted into B, right? And movement is right. And now state is Q2. So simply movement is right means now your head will represent this C, and now new state will be the Q2. So it will be the simply representation of this transition diagram. And similarly, we can also represent more examples by using this diagram. Q1, A, B to R means just we are moving to this one. So this is the basic representation of these machines. Now, we will discuss the simple mechanism of deterministic and non-deterministic. So in case of the deterministic, we have the finiteness, we have the finite number of transitions to move from one place to another place. There is no duplication. But in case of the non-deterministic, we have the duplicacy. Means on the same input, we are moving to multiple places. So in this situation, machine will get confused that what action should be taken. So this example, simply this example, second example is represent the non-determinism, non-deterministic nature of Turing machine. In this situation, on Q1, you are reading suppose A, and after reading A, you are moving to B. Means A is replaced by B and moving to the right? And new state will be Q2. On the same time, you are reading A and you instruct to the machine that A is replaced by D and moving is left. So in this situation, machine will get confused that after reading A, what we have to do means A is converted to V or A is converted to D, or we have to move to right or we have to move to left. So this case is considered as the non-deterministic Turing machine or non-deterministic. Hello. Now we will discuss a real example by which can recognize a Turing machine or it design a Turing machine for L is equals to W, where W ends with A. It means that in all the condition, in any circumstances, your machine will halt when the last symbol is A. It means that starting can be initially you can start with A or V, whatever, but last end must be in A. So suppose if we want to design a DFA or finite automata of this machine, so now we can easily design the automata for this machine. Suppose you are in the state initial state, that is suppose Q0, clear? And now after reading B, you are suppose moving to the same state, and now you want to A move to the another state, that is A. On state A, on input A, you are moving to state that is Q1. Suppose now the condition is the machine must end with A. So in this case, this will be the final state. And after reading A, suppose there is another A, so you have to write here the loop. Now suppose the string is like this: A B A B A. In this situation, the end is end symbol is A. So this symbol is also must be accepted by the machine. So in this case, you have to use some another transition on B. So in this situation, that is B, then A, B, and then finally A. So this will be the final state, and this machine works properly for L equals to W, where W end with A. So this is the DFA actually. Now you want to add, you want to design a Turing machine for the same problem. So how can we convert a finite automata in the form of Turing machine? So as we know that in case of Turing machine, you have to write the read symbol, the writing symbol, as well as the directions. So there are three components that you must be specify in case of the Turing machine. So simply we will read here. This is simple B is read. Now we not required to convert V in any symbol. So simple B is read from the tape and cannot be change the B, and the direction is right. We means we are reading the next symbol. On getting A, just A is read and A is right, and direction is again right. After this A is read and A is write and direction is suppose simply write. And finally, if suppose we are getting the B symbol, so in this case B is reading and B is writing here and direction is right. Now your string is end B A B A. Now what will we get? Here we will get the symbol blank. It means that we have completed all the input symbols from the tape. So in this case, the case will be like this. You are reading here blank symbol from the tape and blank is reading and just writing is blank and the direction is left or right, whatever you can write any direction here. And now your machine will be the final state. So here in case of Turing machine, we can't make this Q1 as the final state because in this case, the blank symbol is essentially required to confirm that all the symbols on the tape has been read. So this is the simple example of a Turing machine that can recognize a particular language, right? So by this example, we can also learn if we know the finite automata or we can draw the DFA of any machine, then we can easily convert into Turing machine. So this is the basic construction of Turing machine, or you can say the basic introduction of the Turing machine. And on the next lecture, we will discuss many real life problems or real problems by using this Turing machine. So next lecture will be more important, and for the basic learners, this lecture is also important. So please uh, read the next lecture also for understanding the actual working of Turing machine. Thank you so much.